Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the show. Tonight's a special night. We got Danny D'Lo coming on. He is a little MIA at this moment, and I just realized my backdrop is not set up. I am just off tonight. So here we go. Yep, Danny D'Lo is a little MIA at this moment. I haven't heard from him other than he was looking forward to coming on tonight. Uh, what's going on, everybody? DDK, Dark Souls Corner, Salty Bagger, Weepa, how you doing? Hell's on two wheels. What's up, brother? Mike Jarowitz, hello. Tiger Ward, hello. Dallas, hola, amigo. Nori's here, gliding on twos. Henry's here. Hello, Henry. Dean Benedetti, Rody Riders, Salty Bagger, Corey. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? A PA Biker was in here earlier. Michael Jarowitz. Hello, my brother. How you doing? I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. Like I said, waiting on Danny D'Lo. Let me just send him a message and see what's his see if he's still coming. We are live. Waiting on you. All right, just sent him an email telling him we are live and we're waiting on him. I have a lot of questions for Danny tonight. Hey, Frogzilla, how you doing? So when he gets in, we'll bring him right on and we'll get into the questions. Until then, guys, I got some big stuff coming here in the works. Some of you might know. Actually, some of you do know. Do not spill the beans. But we'll be adding a new sponsor to the channel. That's right. And that will be announced shortly. Well, not really shortly, probably within the next 6 to 8 weeks. The new sponsor will be announced. Hey, Tweedle's here. How you doing, Tweedle? So, still waiting to hear back from Danny to see what's going on. Where's he doing? Down here slumming around Daytona. Nice. We've been slumming down in Daytona. Good for you, buddy. You know you missed Bike Week, right? Or the Biketoberfest. Which brings me up to another thing, guys. If you haven't had a chance to check out the unaffiliated channel, go ahead and do so. They put on a live every Wednesday night at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it's a really good show. It's entertaining. It's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link right in the side chat to their channel. So if you find it in your heart and you want to check them out, hey Gremlin, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, where's Danny D? That's a good question. So there it is. That's the link for the unaffiliated. Yeah, the unaffiliated rocks. Absolutely they do. Good times, good people. Gremlin, how you doing, buddy? Tweedle D. Yeah, okay. Tweedle D says, okay, talk with Mike Ball walking. Are you really? Oh, taking my ball. Oh, okay. Yeah, Tweedle, how's your performance? Oh, okay. Now I'm catching up, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just behind here. Okay, it was here for the Iron Horse Saloon. Awesome steak tips. Absolutely. Also, good steak tips if you could get there. I don't think they have them now. It would be the Cabbage Patch. Has some pretty good steak tips there too. If you don't believe me, ask my brother Mike. He'll tell you. Just okay. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Dallas. Simpson Hunter, Texas, Thrashing. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm really waiting on. Oh, Danny Dilo. What's he say? Shit, thought it was 8:30 Central Time. Okay, Danny thought it was 8:30 Central Time. Um, but he'll be on shortly. So wow, that would be like 9:30 my time. Yeah, that's a little long. Oh, oh, a little late actually, but whatever. Uh, if you're at the honor, should have went to OF Performance. Absolutely, guys. If you're ever down there, check out OF Performance. Also, check out Suspension Technologies. I love that product. Um, they put out one of the best suspensions, in my opinion. And I'm limited on my opinion because I've owned and ridden on stock suspension, uh, progressive suspension, and of course legend in every flavor. And to me, suspension technology, if you all seen it in the past slides, the past videos, outperform everybody else. Okay, let's see. Let's take a sandwich at the Iron Horse. Yes. I'm bike riding, so I won't be able in the side chat. See, crushing some miles. There you go. Make sure you get a lot of practice because Tweedle's gonna want to take you for a ride there, Nori. Let's see. That was good times. Absolutely. Let's see. Henry got myself a new mod. Voopoo. Great cloud. Awesome. Awesome. Salty Bagger says, I got my popcorn to watch Hells and Tweedles while we wait. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yep. Don't ride in text unless you're in the right lane. But he doesn't belong in the right lane. Stop by Suspension Tech tent at destination. Good people. Absolutely, they are. They're great people. Peanut's a great person and a great tech. Good to hang out with. Um, you know. So, yeah. If anybody is curious, Mike rode his 2023 Road Glide ST from Connecticut down to Daytona Beach via Tennessee. Hung out there for a couple days, rode with Tweedle, had a great time. Then went to Daytona, was down there for Biketoberfest and rode home. And as soon as he got home, his bike got dropped off to add some horsepower. And it's going to be a great amount. Okay, here he is, guys. The one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Danny Dilo. What is going on, my brother? How you doing?
Dude, my bad. I don't know why, but I thought you said 8:30 Central Time, so I was thinking it still had a half hour.
No. I always do my shows 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I'm an East Coast guy.
Okay.
You know, so
I got you mixed up because I was like on 3 different podcasts this week, so I got the time zone mixed
I
up. My
understand
bad,
you're
man.
busy, man. Hey, I'm in the same state as so.
Okay.
You know, I've
Right
never
on,
met
man.
him.
No.
In this tiny state, I never met him. But that's right, man. Hey, everybody's interested in hearing all about Danny Dilo. I don't want to take your thunder. I have a bunch of questions I want to ask you. You know, we don't get into club stuff or politics or none of that bullshit. It's or any drama on this channel because it's not wanted. And if you
Right.
bring it, that's a good way to get banned.
Right.
Because this is for fun, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I just need to turn it up a little bit.
No worries, because you know I'm not making a living off of this, and I'm sure you're not either.
Not a living.
Not a living. I hear you.
I make
So,
a little something on it, but
yeah,
it certainly ain't a living.
that's it. So, what got you into motorcycles?
Well, I'd say I think I was about 18 years old. No, I was actually, I was about 15, 16 years old. And my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, he had bought a Yamaha Virago. and it was like a little 550 or something like that. And he was riding it around, and I'm like, hey man, can I try it? And so I kind of learned how to ride on it, and I started riding it. I instantly fell in love with the wind in my face,
Yeah, man.
and it was cool, So I would borrow that every now and then and cruise it around the neighborhood. And then a little later on in life, around 2002, just after I got out of prison, a good brother of mine, Jeff Moyers, he pretty much taught me how to ride, which is still the method that I teach everybody else on how to ride. And he taught me how to ride on a GSXR 600.
Yeah.
And I rode that all over Chicago for years. And then I ended up buying my own rockets and kind of
Yeah,
just
we all
progressed from
started
there.
on rockets. Most people started on rockets. Henry, we're going to get to that. So please be patient.
It was a city thing, It was a city thing, man. Growing up in Chicago on the west side in the city, like in the city, we all rode rockets. We're all young, dumb, full of cum, and wanted to ride and have a good time, and that's just how we started.
Yep.
Harleys weren't cool.
Well, I grew up in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and there was a prominent 1% club there. And I used to be the paper boy growing up to the president.
Okay.
And so that was my first introduction to that lifestyle. But my old man had a 60s panhead with a Springer front end. And that thing was so worn out when I got my hands on it, riding down the highway, man, 55, 65, 75, that front end's bouncing off the highway, man. Scariest and best ride I've ever been on.
I
But,
bet.
My family's been into bikes their whole life. Some of my cousins, their bike has made it to the covers Easy Riders magazine. And there was a whole write-up about it, which was kind of cool.
That's cool, man.
The title of it was Chops Chopper. So that
Okay.
was awesome. So you've been
Very
riding
cool.
since you're 16 years old. So
Yeah,
you've been
right
riding
on
for
that.
what, about 10 years now?
Yeah. I wish. I absolutely wish, dude. It seems like yesterday, but it certainly wasn't, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like I said, I started out on sport bikes, and I was one of them crazy clowns that would be doing wheelies down the highway for miles and stuff. And then when I moved up to Wisconsin in 2005, I believe it was, but I moved up here. I bought a Kawasaki Vulcan VN 800, and after it came with a brand new motorcycle trailer, all the stock tanks, fenders, pipes, rims, because this thing was all done up. Basically, after I sold everything on eBay, the guy pretty much paid me like $1,500 to take the bike.
Oh,
So
no kidding.
the bike was free plus $1,500. And so I was gonna sell the bike because I'm like, I don't want no cruiser, And I had my rockets at the time, my sport bikes, and one day my tire was really bald, and I was invited to do a bike blessing out of Milwaukee, and I'm looking at my bike, and I said, man, it's like 95 degrees out. I'm like, the whole middle of my rear tire was white, and I'm like, this ain't gonna make it, man. I'm gonna need more than God today, man. It ain't gonna be a good day today. So I had that Kawasaki Vulcan with a cover over it, like in the back of my garage here, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's see if this thing starts. I jumped the battery, started right up, ran great. I cleaned it up real quick and took it to the gas station, filled it up, and I put about 500 miles on that bike that day. I rode
Nice.
all over the place, man. Just got lost, went up to the Dells, came back around this way, went out to Iowa, came back this way. Like I was all over. And I loved it. And that was it. Like I didn't ride my sport bike much after that at all. And then eventually I just got rid of it.
Yeah,
So
right
then
on.
I got into the cruisers,
Yep. So, which brings up, I know what you ride because I watch all the time, but my brother Hell's here. Says, what type of rides does Danny like to do, and what do you ride currently?
What do I ride? I ride a 2017 Road Glide Special with a few things done. The type of riding I do, man, I'm not a bar hopper. I'm so against the guys. I wouldn't say I'm against, but I just look at the guys that are bar hoppers like they're jokes, in my opinion. I like to ride, and not necessarily 1,000 miles in a day or nothing crazy like that. I'm kind of like in the middle. I like a nice back road ride, get lost, make a right, make a left, make a right, make a left, and just see where I end up. Go
Yep.
through the little small towns and stuff like that. That's the type of riding I really love. I mean, the type of riding that got my blood flowing was when I rode with the club, but
Oh yeah.
um, riding solo nowadays, being an independent biker, I just love getting on my back roads and just getting lost and cruising with the old lady.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, most of my friends, they got bikes. I don't know why, but they have them, and they don't really ride them. So I pretty much ride solo. I'd say
Yep.
99.9% of the time.
Same with me. And sometimes, well, when my wife and I, we got nobody to ride with, we don't have a destination. We just want to get out.
Yeah,
We'll come out of the driveway and I'll look at her, say left or right.
yeah,
And every intersection and every point, that's how we decide where we're riding.
yeah,
We throw our half lids in the saddlebags just in case we end up in a state where it's required to have a helmet.
yeah.
Because Connecticut, you don't, which is
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah,
And you never know where you end up
that,
when you
that's
go out
good to
on a
know
ride like
too.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to know because me and my old lady, we took a trip to um, Kentucky, Stanton, Kentucky, and we left Wisconsin. We stopped in Indiana, and then we rode out to Kentucky. We left Friday,
Hmm.
Friday morning. Or no, wait, was it Friday afternoon? Yeah, it was. No, it was Friday morning. So Friday morning we left, and we came back the next Friday late at night, about like around 1 o'clock in the morning, and we put on a little over 1,700 miles, like almost
Right.
1,800. After doing the math, I averaged basically about 350 miles or more per day. So I thought that
Hmm.
was pretty good riding. Um, and when we got to Kentucky, there's some former brothers of mine that were in another state, and I was thinking about going there, but it was a helmet law, and I'm like, oh man. And then a good brother of mine lives in Tennessee, and I couldn't go see him because I didn't have that the helmet either. So, and I
Yeah, right
refused to
on.
go to a state with a helmet, to be really honest with you. So,
Yeah, right on. So Henry's wondering, have you ever spent an afternoon in the bush on a trail bike?
no, I haven't.
Neither have
I
I.
sure haven't. I haven't. I mean, I've messed around on four wheelers on a buddy of mine's. He's got a really good sized piece of property, and it was a great time. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, no, I haven't done that.
Yeah, I mean, I used to spend a lot of time with jet skis because up until like when I was 15 through 17, I was working for Bridgeport Kawasaki, and I
Okay,
used to take home a brand new jet ski on Saturdays when we were closed Sunday, Monday, and I used to skip school in the spring, and all summer I didn't have school. I used to take the jet ski home with the dealer plate and go play
okay,
in the lakes, come back, clean it up, polish it up like it's new, disconnect the hour meter. My boss was real shady. So,
okay.
but you do some hooligan style riding, I'm sure. You're by yourself, you want to get out and
Oh
rip,
yeah,
tear it up.
oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
every
well,
now and then, you know how it is, man. You have one of them days where that anger is inside of you,
yeah,
and I don't really want to go back to prison. So
yeah.
I just
Better to
get on
beat
my
on the
bike and
machine than beat on
yeah,
somebody else.
I get on my bike and I ride like I used to when I was flying a patch and just ride like a total asshole and just act a fool, get on some good turning roads and scrape the pipes and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Hammer it, rev the piss out of it, power shift it.
Yeah, 100
Then when you
mile an
come
hour
back,
everywhere I go.
yep, when you put it back at the end of the night, you look at the bike, say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Don't hurt
I
me
had
next time.
I haven't done that in a while. I don't do it often. I definitely noticed that I'm riding a lot safer nowadays and just enjoying my ride more than anything. The way I like to
Exactly.
enjoy it. I know some people like to enjoy their ride, on crazy curves and all that. And I don't know. I don't really get my jollies off that anymore.
Hey, before I forget, I was watching the Unaffiliateds live tonight, and they know you're coming on my show tonight. They mentioned it, and they told me to tell you hello and what's up. So
Who's
from
that?
the Unaffiliated, which would be Shadow and Jammin and Stubbs, they say what's up.
Oh, okay. What's up, guys? My bad, man. I was like, who the hell are they?
Yeah. But Shadow says you go up to Minnesota, he'd ride with you. Don't you know?
Right on, eh?
And if you ever come to Connecticut and you need a place to crash, I've said it to you in the past, you always got a bed here,
For
bro.
sure, man. For sure. I'll tell you
You
what,
know?
man. That's one thing I love about doing what I do is I mean, every state in the country, I have a place to stay and a open invitation for dinner and a beer. Like it's so cool, man.
Yeah, it is. It's the community that we belong in, A biker in need is a biker that needs. And I
Amen.
never leave a
Amen.
biker needing.
Yeah.
I'm
Amen.
the type of guy, if I'm riding along, I see someone pull off to the side of the road, I'm going to slow down, make sure they're all right. You know,
Yeah, I do
'Cause you
that.
never know. Their cell phone
Yeah,
could
I
be
do that.
dead, you know.
So there's a guy that watches me all the time, the Kraut. You may have seen him in some of the lives and in the chat rooms.
Yeah.
The Kraut, I actually met him that way. I was in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, and I was rolling through there. It's like about maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm rolling down this road. It was a main road, and I'm rolling down the road, and I go past, and I see like a glimpse of a bike and a guy on it, and I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right. So I stopped, I turned around, came back. I'm like, hey, you all right, man? And he's like, the damn thing ran out of gas. And he's like, I got the wife coming right now. She's not happy, and we sat there and talked for a little while. And I was like, all right, man, well, I'll see you later, man. And he's like, hey, you're Danny D'Lo, right? And I was like, yeah, man. And started talking and shit. It was really cool.
Hey, real quick, we got YouTube royalty in the house. What's up, Monkey?
Professional monkey in the house. What's
He
going on, my
says you're a
man?
liar. You spent an afternoon in the bush.
Well,
Face down, right?
it's a different kind of bush there, monkey. Come on now.
Hey, Thumpers. Hello, PA Biker. How are you?
What's up,
Welcome.
PA biker?
He's a good dude. He was one of my first subscribers.
Yeah.
And come to find out, his wife used to serve in my old unit
Oh,
shortly
cool.
before I did. So,
Very
there's
cool.
that connection. Yeah. She's
Yeah, he's been
retired as
he's been
well.
subscribed to me for a minute, man. Good dude. He's always
Oh, yeah.
supportive.
Absolutely. I think I've been subscribed to you when you were around 2,000 subs. And
Yeah,
because
well,
that's
that
when
was a
I
while
found
ago.
you. Yeah, yeah. It's been a hot minute. You're
Yeah,
right around 9,000 subs,
yeah, I'm
which
climbing the 10 finally.
yeah, there you go. There you go. And I'm
Getting there.
where I am, and it is what it is. I
I'm
don't
just
do it
I'm
for
just trying to be
subs,
like
and
professional monkey over there. I'm trying to get to his level someday.
I'll get to
May-
his level in 100
Maybe
years.
Advin Black actually pay me attention then,
Yeah.
and then I could tell them no.
um, but which brings me to my next question. What got you involved in wanting to do YouTube?
I did a video on that actually. So it's kind of stupid and funny and at the same part. You know, believe it or not, you wouldn't know it by the lifestyle I've lived my entire life, but I've always had a fear of dying. And it's not like, you could point a gun at me and I'm going to laugh at you. It's not the first time, whatever. But I've always been scared of dying of like some crazy disease or something, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I don't know why, but it just has always been something on my mind that bothered me. And I remember one day I was like, man, how cool would it be to live forever? Which really it wouldn't be. But that's what kind of got me to do my videos. Was I was like, I want to live forever, but that's not possible. So what's another alternative? Well, now I'm all over YouTube. I'm all over TikTok. I'm all over Google. Google and YouTube is here to stay. It's never going anywhere.
Right.
So people 100 years from now um, will be watching me and they'll know who I am. So you know what? That's my way of living forever.
Yep.
And the other thing was I wanted to build a platform, as I'm still doing. I wanted to build a platform, so I had a big enough platform to talk about some things that are real serious with me, as far as how felons are treated in the country, and um, felons having all their rights stripped from them forever. Like you have no chance in life once you get caught and mess up. It's a very serious subject to me, and I just wanted a bigger platform so that I could um, be able to reach more people to talk about that kind of stuff. Later on. You know.
Yeah. Right on. Right on. And that's awesome because you leave a legacy behind for your family. I don't know if you have
Yeah.
kids or anything. And
No,
if
I don't.
I was going to, I don't either, but my nieces and nephews, uh, when they're my age, I'll definitely,
Speaking of kids, real quick, I'm very sorry to interrupt you. Just
no
give me a
worries.
second. Speaking of kids, if there's a little girl by the name of Kylie in the chat room talking a bunch of stuff right now, that's actually my daughter's girlfriend because she said she was going to go on the live and mess with me. So.
Okay. Hey,
Those are the
heckling
kids
is
I have
always
in my
welcome.
life now. I have my ladies' kids in
Yeah.
my life, and
But,
they're awesome.
but you know what? One day they're going to have their own kids and it'd be a legacy for them to see you and hear your
Yeah,
voice that, when we're no longer around,
yep.
which is a
That's
great
that's the way I
legacy.
look at it. And like I said, it may sound cheesy or goofy, but that's just what kind of got me started. And then, once I started it, I started kind of finding my niche and feeling it out. Unfortunately, my niche just kept falling into one category, and I had wanted to switch that up for quite a long time. So that's what I've been in the process of doing now. Is now that's why everybody's seeing totally different videos, a totally different me. Doing the installs and the sponsored videos and stuff.
Yep. And, you know, I had a thought and I lost it. Maybe I shouldn't drink so much before my lives.
Mhm.
But yeah, your niche, all right? You started out when I started following you, I was still in the life, and I was following you and Sos and Black Dragon and Hollywood and all those guys. And, which you're friends with, I know, with most of those. And same thing with Mike Ball. I used to follow him. I still follow all those guys and subscribe to them.
Right.
And I used to sit there and listen to everybody and listen what they had to say. And one thing I learned, which was big when you're in that life, is you learn how different areas handle or do different things. So it
Mhm.
was educational as informational, not to be taken
Right.
as gospel. And
Yeah.
that's why I think a lot of it gets lost in translation, that people take it for gospel, not as
Yeah.
educational, informational.
Yep.
And then,
Very true.
I left the life. I couldn't do it anymore. My health, personal health was being affected. And if I can't take care of myself, how am I going to take care of brothers?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm out good. I was,
Right.
so what's the important thing to me anyways,
Yeah.
because when,
Yeah.
when I go
That's always
to,
been very important with me too. I'm out good as well, and I've always held that near and dear to my heart because that's very important to me.
yeah, you know, being in the military, being in a 99, retiring from the military, going 1%, just the natural progression that, hey, it is what it is. And I had a great time. It was a great experience
Yep.
that taught me a lot of stuff that I still do today. And, it's who you are, it's not what you are.
Right.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. And,
Yeah. What I've noticed is a lot of creators, um, they tend to lose themselves in this box, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I always kept in mind and told myself I would never do. You know,
Yep.
I wouldn't be. I'm not going to say all, but I told myself I would never become most of them, where you're just um, exploiting the world that you said you loved.
Yeah.
And I have a great deal of respect for that world. Um,
Absolutely.
my name still carries a lot of weight and respect in that world,
Likewise.
and I cherish that.
Yeah.
So it's, it's something I've built. So I've always refused to talk about certain things, go too in depth about stuff. Um, and that's just the way I am. It's nothing against anybody else, but it's my
Yep.
personal beliefs and how I am. So, that's kind
Exactly.
of why I kind of ran out of that content, because, you get to a point where, you're putting so much of it out and you want to be big and famous and get a million views every day. And that's cool and all, but eventually you're going to run out of shit to talk about.
Yep. Not just that.
You know,
I one of the things I learned in that life, and this is how why it's segueing into this, was always be humble.
that's right.
Whether you were a 99 or a one, you know, always be
Yeah.
humble and,
Yeah.
be you, but be humble. It will it will take you places. It will open doors for you. And
Yeah.
doors have been opened for me and I chose not to go through them.
Right.
Literally after within 3 or 4 days of me, laying my shit down and, hugging, saying goodbye to everybody. And, within that week, I was getting phone calls from other organizations saying, "We'd love to have you. We love to have you. We love to have you." You know,
Uh,
and I told them, "Look, thanks, but no thanks. When and if I ever go back to the life, it'd be the one that's tattooed on me
right.
because that's loyalty." You
Yeah.
know, and I
Yeah.
love that. I love that organization, but
That's the way I am too.
it's got to be humble.
I was recently just talking to a member of my former club. It was kind of funny. He hit me up on TikTok privately, and he messaged me, and he really liked a certain video I did. And he's like, "Man, that video really hit home, and blah blah blah, and things are so different now." And he's like, "I'm a 40 plus year member of blah blah MC,"
Right.
and I was like, "Wow, man." I'm like, "That's crazy." So I hit him with, "Well, let me introduce myself. I'm former, D'Lo 1%er, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "I'm no longer in, but much respect." And me and him got to talking. And first of all, it was an honor to talk to that man.
Hmm.
I mean, a 40 plus year old member that's held a patch for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, that's respect.
That's a lot of honor and respect right there, that guy even acknowledges me. So talking to him was really cool, and yeah, that's basically what I said. I'm like, listen, man, my beef was with my chapter. It wasn't with anybody else. It was personal issues, and I'm like, I still love the nation, and I don't ever plan on going back to the club life. But if I was to, there's only one club I would go back to. I don't believe in bouncing around, and you know, nowadays these guys are in 12 different clubs by the time they're my age. That's crazy.
Is this who you were talking about? Ben Gangsta?
Oh no, that's my brother Frank, though. I think.
So, right
What's up,
on. And
Frankie? How you doing, my brother?
yep, I need to congratulate you. You had some couple of sponsorships come to your way because you took your channel and morphed it from biker TV to what I do at my channel, which is how to's.
Yeah.
which I think is awesome because it shows different techniques, different styles, the way you do
Right.
things, the way I do things. It's not a right
Yep.
or a wrong. It's just a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
And you were fortunate enough that you picked up a couple of product sponsors, Eagle Lights. Congratulations with that. You
Thank
know,
you.
that's huge. And also Tab Performance.
Yeah.
And you know, they've sent you the 5-inch, the four and a
Yeah.
halves.
They sent me the 50 cal, and now they sent me the 4.5.
Yep.
And I'm probably gonna hit them up pretty soon here, and tell them, I'll try a different size. I kind of want to walk down the line and give everybody a good sound for all of the pipes that they have.
Get the Z rings with it. Let me tell you, I put the Z
Yeah.
rings in mine. When it was basically stock with slip-ons, it makes a difference. I left them in on
Really.
my stage 2 because the Z rings have a little torque cone in them.
Yeah.
And even on a stage 2, I've taken them out and put them back, you know, rode them without. I did lose some decibel, but that's okay because it's loud enough with the
Right.
zombie baffles. And they're by the seat of the pants dyno, there literally is a difference. So you
Really.
want to try those Z rings with the torque cones. I've met the guys
Okay.
from Tab; they're awesome.
Yeah,
I
they're
was with,
awesome to work with.
yeah,
I usually deal with Casey.
yeah. I was talking to Casey down in Daytona. I was going to do a handlebar comparison of.
Yeah.
It wasn't a install, take off, install, take off. It was going to be a finish, construction, and price.
Hmm.
And at that time, I had KST on board. I had Factory 47 on board. I had Tab on board and LA Choppers. Everybody was
Okay.
all gung ho about doing it because, and I told them right from the get go, what I'm going to do is I have a bore scope. I'm going to send up the handlebars. We're going to look at the welds on the inside. We're going to compare the finish. We're going to compare price point. We're going to do measurements. We're going to do
That's
everything.
really cool. I would like
And
to do that too.
I reached out to all of them. They were all excited, all excited. And then when it came down to put up or shut up, they shut right up.
Yeah.
It
You know,
happens.
the thing is especially at some of those events, the people that are there at the event are not the people that make the final decision sometimes.
Yep.
So you could talk to them and stuff, but I
Oh,
usually, if I talk to somebody, my one of my first questions after I introduce myself, tell them what I'm doing, and what I would like to do is, basically, who's in charge of this?
yep.
That's the person I want to talk to,
Yep. And I've
just
talked to the
because
owners
that's the
of,
person that can give me a yes or a no or
yep.
maybe so.
Yep.
Um, but yeah. So yeah, I'm very thankful and blessed for that. EagleLights.com, awesome company to work with. Um, for all your LED plug and play systems. And I got Tab. I actually have Shark Road now too. They just sent me their 2-in-1 side dump exhaust that
Mhm.
I'm going to be doing. I should have that video out pretty soon. I hope in the next week or so. I'm hoping. Um, I've actually got that pipe on my bike right now, um, that I've been kind of checking out. I usually try to keep a pipe on my bike for at least a week so I can give an honest, fair review,
Yeah.
of a week riding it all over the place. So, what else? Oh yeah, Tab. We're waiting on their polisher to be done. They're having a polisher installed or fixed or something.
Mhm.
So that way there they can offer the chrome handlebars. And when they have that done, then I'll be running the chrome ones on my bike as well.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome that you were able to get those. I tried to get Tab in the past and a few others, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I actually just secured a new sponsor to be announced, and when the video comes out, when I get the
Cool.
product is 4 to 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
Um, so when I get the product, that's when I'm going to announce it. I'm really excited about it
Awesome,
because
man. Congratulations.
thank you. And I have another product coming. They're the soft lowers for the chopped or the mustache style engine guards that are come on
Okay.
the newer bikes.
Yeah.
So they actually reached out to me and asked me if I would do it, and I looked at their product and I said, "Sure, send them. I'll put them on and try them. I ride
That's
them
cool,
both,
man.
you know."
Right.
So things happen.
I've got the big Harley ones on my bike on my Road Glide, and I swear by them. I love them.
Yeah,
It keeps my beard out of my face. That's my biggest thing is keeps my beard down. And man,
yeah,
it starts doing this on me, man. It ain't even fun to ride, you know.
yeah, yeah. So
I
you
just
know,
got actually. I was just gonna start installing it in a little while, probably after this podcast. I'm gonna install it as the Fast Up Air Ride from Exotic Customs, which you can check
nice.
them out on Tab Performance as well. I just got their kit sent to me. It's going to be an interesting video this time, and it ain't going to be all good points this time. So,
Which wrench throws best?
what's that?
Salty Baggers got the. I was told I should do a review on which wrench throws the best. Yeah, my brother.
I'm pretty fond of the 9/16. It seems like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's usually a socket, not a wrench.
Don't throw the 10 millimeter. You'll never find it.
Yeah, no shit.
Let's see.
Oh,
Salty says the 3/4 inch open end will stick to drywall.
yes, it will.
Yep. So a question came up earlier, and I know
Okay.
the answer, but they want to know: do you wrench on your bike? I know the answer to that. You just answered
Yeah.
it. The man wrenches on his own bike. Uh, how far do you get into wrenching your bike? Do you just do like
No,
bolt-ons? Do you
I can do whatever. I've built my own. My first Harley, I built myself,
I saw
and
that video.
it's kind of funny because when I got my first Harley, which was a 1982 FLT, it was one of the last shovelheads, AMF years, and when I got that bike, it was all in Ziploc bags, couple of crates, Walmart bags, jugs and bolts. It was all over the place. And I got that bike, and I'll be honest, I didn't even own a screwdriver at the time. I didn't
Yeah,
know how to wrench on anything. But I was bound and determined, and for about 5 or 6 months, or 4 months, 3 months, something like that, I sat around my house and read my manual every day, front to back. I'd read the whole manual. It was my Bible. And finally, things started making sense when I looked at it. And I put the whole bike together, built the whole bike myself. And thanks to my really good brother Red, who I've mentioned in some of my videos,
yep,
that's my mentor. Fuck and everything, being a biker, wrenching on bikes and everything. He's taught me everything I know, and he's forgotten more than I know. So,
yep.
um, thanks to him taking the time and actually working on my bikes for me, but letting me hang over his shoulder like a little kid and watch and learn. That's how I got to wrenching on my own stuff. So yeah, I do all my own wrenching.
Nice, nice. So you're not afraid to take on anything.
No, if I could take it apart, I can put it together. That's always my motto. So
That's
you
it.
know, my biggest thing is that I'm not real technical. Like you're more technical. You can explain things more in detail and measurements and stuff like that. I don't know anything about that. Me, I'll take your motor apart and put new parts on it and put it back together. I can't like really describe this and that, to the T, like to the book, like most people, like you.
One day I'll
But
sit down
I
with
know what
you.
I'm doing, but I don't.
One day I'll sit down with you and I'll go over the mathematical equation on how to select the camshaft. There's an actually mathematical
Or
equation by talking to the person. Where you want the power to come in. Uh,
yeah,
where do you want it to fall off? Are you looking for
I
torque?
kind of learned a little bit about it when I was putting cams in my last Road Glide, my 13.
Yep.
I wanted the 585 cams that I had in my other bike, Boothang, but that was a lot bigger motor. This one was a stock 103, and I wanted to throw the 585s in, which they would have worked fine and sounded good, but I actually ended up getting a lot more power out of a smaller cam than having that big 585 in it.
Yep. Just because you could fit the biggest cam in there doesn't mean you're going to get the most power. You have to match
Yeah.
the cam to the engine with fuel
Yep.
injectors, with
Yep.
everything.
Yeah.
And for instance, I had a client come to me and he was stuck on this one cam because his buddy said, "This is the cam you want." And I said to him, "Why?" He said, "Well, that's what my friend said." I'm like, "All right." I said, do you have about an hour?" He goes, "An hour?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're going to go over the cam that your buddies tell you want. And then we're going to go over different options. And then you could make an educated decision on what cam you want."
Right.
And he was up for it. And we spent an hour and he's like, he picked the cam, which was it's a twin cam. It's a 103. He went with the Cyclorama 575 cam. He wanted the 475 from S&S, which is a good cam,
Mm-hmm.
but the Cyclorama 575 gave him a little bit more punch out of the hole and would give him more top end. So it would spike in the beginning, flatten out, then slowly climb at the top end. And that's what he was looking at, or looking on his top end, but he also wants to feel it out of the pants. So he ended up going with my recommendation by talking to him on how he rides.
Right.
Where most shops would say, "Okay, that's a great cam, we'll put it in."
Right. I'm kind of interested in the 475 cam by S&S for mine. I'm looking at them. I know what's the name of that other cam company that's been making some pretty big numbers? I forget the name of the cam. I'm drawing a blank here, but that's more suggested. You get better numbers out of it. I forget the damn name of it though. Woods, I believe it
Woods,
was.
the 22XE cam, which is a good
Yeah,
cam.
yeah.
Also for
But
the
I'm
one,
looking a little more for sound this time, believe it or not just performance.
okay,
I want a little more sound because my biggest problem with the M8 for me is it sounds like a Yamaha to me, man.
yeah, it sounds like
Like,
a sewing machine.
yeah, it just don't sound right to me. I don't care how loud of a pipe I can run, which I'm pretty sure I'm running about the loudest pipe I can besides the Tab Performance slip-ons with the
Yeah,
zombie
that
baffles.
Shark Road is pretty loud.
Yeah, and I mean it sounds great, but I'm putting my tabs back on to be honest with you, but whatever.
Now, can I make a couple suggestions for cams for you that I want you to look at? And you
Sure,
ready?
you can do that.
The Andrews 777 cam,
Yeah.
the Cyclorama. Now, are you more a torque or a horsepower guy?
I like more torque,
The
believe it or not.
Cyclorama 480 cam.
Uh,
And what's nice about that 480 cam, it's a bolting cam. You don't need adjustable push rods.
okay.
You can use your stock push rods, your stock springs. You don't have to change any of that, which makes it
Really?
nice. Yeah.
You get a
That's
nice
what I'm
little
running
lope
on
out
my
of it or
Road
what?
Glide. What's that?
You get a nice little lope out of it?
Oh yeah, when that
Like
thing is
sound
idle,
wise?
when it's idling, you just boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
it's
Nice.
got a nice beat to it,
Nice.
So Nori or gliding on twos has the 777 cam. I heard it on his video. It sounds really good too at idle.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah, I'll look into them.
yeah, that's gliding on twos. Nori's a good dude. He's a
Gliding on
MMI.
too. Okay.
He's an MMI graduate,
Okay.
and he's a hooligan. He
Right on.
rides like he rides like a hooligan.
Hey, can you guys excuse me for like 2 seconds? Dude, I gotta take a leak so bad. I had no time. I ran
No
straight in my
worries.
garage to
No worries.
hurry
No
up and
worries. We'll
jump
wait
out
for.
here.
All
Give
right,
me two
guys.
seconds, man. I'll be
We're
right
gonna
back.
wait for Danny to come back. He's on a union break at this moment. What a great dude that he is. I'm really enjoying having Danny on. wealth of information, guys. He's really put a lot of work into his channel, as you can see and as you're hearing. His channel started one way, and he changed the direction of where he was going with his channel. And, that's great because his channel's growing and it's doing great things. And let's see. Spent 3 hours trying to figure out where snap ring was supposed to go. I spent 2 days laughing. Salty, you can always message me, man, and I'll get back to you. Nori, what up, bro? I tell you, this has been a long time getting Danny D'Lo on. I don't know if you remember earlier on in the year, I was talking about, future guest being Danny D'Lo. We couldn't work our schedules to work out, and finally they did. And I am so happy that he is on. I'm so happy he is here. I enjoy watching all his content. I was talking you up and lying through my teeth while you were
Oh
gone.
my God, thank you. I'm glad somebody can lie for me because I'm not good at it.
No, I don't lie, man. I have 2 things in this life: my word and my credit score. Without either, I have nothing.
Well, I'm glad my life ain't working off my credit score. I can tell you that much right now.
But so you got your channel change directions. You got some sponsorship, which is awesome.
Yeah,
And you're still keeping it 100.
100.
There it is. Because
Always,
you were
always,
sick for a
man.
while.
I'm still gonna throw. You know, here's the thing, man. I wanna I wanna do more than just one thing. You know, and I know a lot of guys have like multiple channels. For what's up, Frogzilla? Um, I know people that have multiple channels where they do this niche on this channel and this niche on that channel. And I just think it's dumb. You know what? Why not just come to one channel and talk to me? I'm me. Well, no matter what channel name I'm running under, it's still me. It's Danny
Yeah.
D'Lo. So I like
It's a
talking
lot of
about
work.
different things. I like to try to mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna try my best not to do any more MC stuff. I do have a video that I've been working on. That is a part 2 to how to pass a 1%er. Simply because the first one I did, I'm getting throngs of comments on it all the time, and all the tough guys and it's a free country. I can do what I want, guys, and how
Hey,
that
good luck.
goes.
Let me know how it works out for you.
Exactly. And it's like, you know what? Maybe I highly doubt it, but maybe people didn't understand or grasp that video on what it was more gravitated towards. So I might do a part 2 of that, but I'm going to talk about everything that I always talk about. I've always wanted to do different things and I always wanted to evolve my channel, and I just got stuck in that. I'm always going to be Danny D'Lo Biker TV, because I'm a biker, no matter what. But I don't want to be stuck in that one niche. I got stuck in it for a while, and it's not lucrative. It gets pointless after a while, and after a while, now you're just, like I said, like most creators do. They just play it out and play it out and play it out and play it out and play it out, and every week it's like the same thing after a while.
Yep. People ask me all the time in person, how do I pass a group of bikers, a club? I said, it's simple. You stay back. You listen to what the tail gunner says. If he tells you to back away, you back away. If he goes like this, he's giving you the okay to pass by.
Yeah.
Other than that, hey, you're a grown person.
Well,
There's
what
always
people fail to realize, and I get it, I totally understand. When you're not in a club and you're not knowledgeable about anything, you see, 100 guys in the left lane, and you'll see maybe 20, 25 in the right lane, they're blocking the whole highway. People automatically get this ego trip right away. Oh, well, they're blocking the highway. I want to go past. So it's like you weren't in a rush until you saw them, for one. Now you're just working on your ego trip, and that's going to get you hurt bad. It's going to
Or at
get you
least
ran
get
off
their
the
eyes
road. It's
dotted.
going to get you shot. It's going to get you hurt. And it's like people don't realize, and I totally understand it. People don't realize why they're blocking the road, and me and know why. But the public don't seem to grasp that, that those guys are blocking it to keep the guys in the left lane safe,
Yep.
and people don't know, it's like you don't know where they're coming from, man. They may have just gotten into it with another club down the road at an event, and they're trying to get back to their clubhouse safe, before things pop off again. And here you are playing Mr. Ego Trip, on your sport bike or your Indian or your Harley or Yamaha or whatever it is you ride.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, calm down, bro. You don't know what these dudes just went through and what they're trying to get home to or where they're headed. Maybe one of their brothers is in some deep shit and they're all on their way there. Like,
Or go
leave them
visit a
alone,
brother in
man.
the hospital.
Yeah. You ran up on them. They didn't run up on you. So respect that and
Yep.
stay in your lane. Plain and
Yep. I
simple.
mean, case in point, I was riding by myself one day. I saw a pack ahead of me. I recognized the patch. I knew who they were. I know they couldn't recognize me, rolling up
Right.
at the speeds I roll at. I
Yeah.
came up on them. I slowed down. One of them dropped back, looked at me, gave me a thumbs up. They pull into our formation. I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm going that way. You guys, nah.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
See you later.
But I got invited to ride with them right on the highway.
That's
But,
cool.
that's the respect that I have. But at the
Yeah. Yeah.
same
Yeah.
time, I knew who they were. They knew who I was. Well, they didn't know who I was, but I kept back at a safe distance. So
Right.
I didn't make them nervous or make them wonder anything. They
Yep.
saw me and,
Acknowledge you and
yep,
whatever. Yeah.
their tail gunner rolled back, looked at me, and they have comms going
Yeah.
from the tail gunner to the road captain. And
Right.
I'm sure he told them that, I was there, and they're like, yeah, have them come along. But, nah, that's your thing. I don't even wear a blank cut because I don't want to be confused on my hang around or anything,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, let's not get it twisted. But,
Right. Right.
you know,
You know what I've found is once you have wore a patch, especially when you've gotten to the 1% life, um, once you get out, wearing a blank cut feels weird as shit. It just don't feel right. You just feel like a wannabe at that point. You know what I mean?
the
And it's like, yeah,
first year riding out around without a cut felt weird.
I could
I
see
would walk
that.
around the house looking for it, and I'm like, "That's right, dummy, you turned it in."
Yeah.
And then when fall and came around, I was like, "Oh man, I miss it because it blocked the wind."
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But nice. So, where do you see the future of your channel going? You were talking about 10K, which is around the corner for
Yeah.
you. You're at 9,300, I think it is.
Yeah.
Last time I
92,
looked.
93, something like that.
Yeah, I looked today. It
Yeah.
was right around 9,300. Your
Yeah.
10K is right around the corner. I hope you
Hmm.
get to it soon.
Me too.
And the next 10 comes even quicker.
Right.
And so where do you
Only hope.
see? Yeah,
You
where do
know,
you see your channel growing?
right now I'm just, I try not to focus on where I'm gonna go. I try my best to just focus on what I'm doing now. Um, my channel's always gonna be a biker channel. Um, or gravitated towards us bikers. But, in the future, I see me doing the same thing I'm doing now. Putting different parts on my bikes, giving people my honest review and honest opinion of it. Um, trying products out, stuff like that. I do want to try to maybe do a couple of events next year, just to get out there in the public a little bit. Because I'm kind of a sheltered dude. I kind of just stay in my own world, and I don't like going to events very much, but I might be doing stuff like that. Um, but yeah, in the future, I'd say I'm going to be doing exactly what I'm doing now, but I'll probably be doing probably kind of like what you're doing now, more of a podcast setting eventually, and talking about things that are, stuff that us as humans go through, because that's what we are as bikers. We're still humans,
Yep.
you know. So I'm gonna bounce around a little bit as usual.
Yeah. So what events are you thinking you'd like to get to next year? Because I know I missed you in Milwaukee
Yeah,
at
I was
on
there.
20th.
So a good friend of mine, Tim from Tim Stereos, um, he is a buddy of mine, and he owns a sound shop, and he needed some parts delivered to the sound's tent over in Milwaukee, and I was available that day, and he's like, "Dude, can you do me a solid?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you." So I ended up running up there, dropped the parts off for him, and I walked around real quick. I did run into some people, said hi, and shook hands, took up pictures of shit, and that was about it. And then I came back, and I'm like, later on that night, I was, me and my lady were thinking about going, and I'm like, honestly, I'm like, I was already there, and I'm like, I'm never impressed by events. It's just not my thing, you know. It's cool to walk around during the day, like maybe the early morning hours to hit the tents up and stuff like that. But after that, it's just a bunch of wannabes, in my
Yeah.
opinion, walking around, listening to music, drinking, and it's not my thing.
Yeah. Well,
You
see,
know?
me, I'm a vendor whore. So I admit it. I'm a
Right,
vendor whore. I love going and talking to the vendors, looking at their products, checking their products out, finding out what they're coming out with or what's new,
right,
you know,
yeah.
and talk to them. Like I'm really good friends
That's
with the
that's something
owner.
that I want to do too, because in the winter I'm not going to be able to do my how-to videos. I don't have a heated garage right
Right.
now, so I'm not going to be doing any work on my motorcycle. So it's going to be a lot more of a podcast setting. I'm just talking about this and that. So I would like to do that. That way, there, that gets you in conversations of like, okay, you're coming out with that. Well, you know what? I'm Danny D'Lo from Danny D'Lo Biker TV, and I'd like to talk about that product that you're coming out with. Maybe you can even send it to me, and I can, give a better, opinion of it or whatever. So,
Right.
stuff like that. I'll definitely be hitting Milwaukee up next year for sure. I'll hit that up. But I'd like to maybe try to hit at least one or two events that are a little further away. But
Well,
we'll
if
see.
you head
It's
towards
all
the East Coast,
it's all on how much money I can afford to spend.
right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna, I do follow you. I do watch your stuff, and if you're gonna head towards any of the rallies I'm going to, I'll hit you up, and maybe we could hook up, get a beer,
Yeah,
have some good times, some laughs.
yeah.
People watch, make fun of them because that's another thing I like to do at the rallies is
Oh, I love doing
people
that.
watch.
I do
Make
that
fun of them.
everywhere, dude. I do that every single place I go to. I don't care if it's Walmart. Anywhere I go to, me and my lady are judging everybody that walks past us, man.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
our thing, man.
At Walmart, it's too easy.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, it is too easy.
Hmm.
The people of Walmart, it's a real thing.
Oh yeah, that could be a show on its own. To be honest with you, I'm
Yeah,
surprised there's one out there.
yeah, exactly. But like I know I'm going to be at Daytona in March.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm going to be at the Loretta Lynn's and
it's
event.
very
That's
possible. It's very possible I might be at Daytona too. Actually, as of right now, I can't publicly say the company, but um, there's a company that they're talking about flying me out to do some video work for them and to check some of their product out. So if they actually are willing to fly me out there, then yeah, I'll be out there. So I'll
well.
definitely let
Let
you
me
know.
know
Yeah, I
because
will.
I'm always at destination, the racetrack, and I stay at the Cackleberry, which is an old school biker campout. The one rule
Cool.
is there is no rules.
Nice. I
You
like
know,
it.
they got live music, they have slime wrestling, they have shot girls running around. Um, if you scroll back and see some of my videos on Instagram, you'll find the one
Mhm.
I'm talking about. A whole bunch of us were hanging out, and I was doing shots off one of the girls' asses. Great time.
Right.
It
Yeah,
was
I
a great
probably won't
time.
be doing any of that, but
Yeah, okay. Um,
no, I really wouldn't.
oh, okay. But it really is a good time, and it's
Right. Yeah.
Monkey stays at the Cackleberry. I partied with Monkey one night, and Gremlin and Sandman were there that night, and man, whew, I was
I
hurting the very
I
next
I
day.
I can just bet that drinking with monkeys got to be a damn riot.
Yeah, yeah. We were down by the stage drinking beers and doing shots of Fireball. Monkey goes, "Why are we buying Fireball? I got bottles in my freezer at the RV." So we
Yeah.
went to his RV, and he brings out shot glasses, and we're doing shots. And I'm ready for another shot. So I just pull the bottle out, and he's like, "Shot glasses, fuck the glasses, whatever somebody's got, the alcohol's going to kill." So I just started tilting the bottle back and started passing it around. He had these like 2 foot tall rubber chickens, and Grandma took a picture of me choking them.
Nice.
So, it was just a great night. The next day was actually my birthday. And my buddy Mike, who I went down with, it's his RV I stay in. Uh, he looks, "It's your birthday. I'm going to get you fucked up." I'm like, "No, no, no. My liver needs to recoup after last night."
It's like I'm way ahead of you, boss.
Yeah,
Chill out.
yeah. You were in bed. I was out getting stupid,
Yep,
making bad
yep.
life decisions.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the only reason why I'll probably go to Daytona is just for um sponsorship kind of stuff because I've been to Daytona and you know, I'm a biker, man. I like to ride my bike, In Florida, there really isn't nothing to do
listen,
there.
you got the Florida Dragon, 11 turns and 311 miles.
Really?
The fun thing is, what I like about riding in Florida is if you're on 95 doing 95 miles an hour, you're just keeping up with traffic. If
Yeah.
you're on I-4 doing 95, you're getting run over.
Yeah.
So riding here, the way I ride, I'm a hooligan, I'm a menace, I'm a maniac. Down there, it's normal.
So yeah, see, I really don't need to do 95 mile an hour anymore. I'll be
Right.
honest, man.
But
I'm just
it's
at that point in my life. I'm like, I rode 100 mile an hour or more everywhere I
6 inches
went.
bar tip to bar tip, 6 inches tire to tire.
Yeah, you know how it goes. So it's like yeah, I like to enjoy my ride now. In Florida, it's just I've been in Florida. I've rode there. Um, the old people pretty much want to kill you. It's just crazy, man. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
it's really nothing to see there either. So,
Yep. Yeah. I had a good time down in Florida. I really did. A lot
uh,
of it was I hung out with a bunch of YouTubers, like Hell's on Two Wheels and Tweedledee,
yeah,
Gremlin, Monkey. I rode out to Blockhead's place on a Monday morning, hung out there for a few hours, met Chris and Justin. Of course, Blockhead was there, and the dog Nuka was there. They invited me to a ride with them Thursday night, going down to the bike night at Ace's Cafe, which is no longer there now. And I
yeah,
went and rode with them, and John Cycle Fanatics was there. Jess from Her Two Wheels was there. And, just hanging around all those different types of people, different YouTubers, to me, made the rally for me. And I
right,
had a lot of fun. And,
yeah,
like anything else, it's the people that make the event. It's not the event.
right.
When
Yeah,
I was in,
it's
when I
it's
was
just
up
never
in,
been my thing, man. I don't know. I went to an event one day and I was sitting there. It was like a Harley event or something like that. And I'm sitting there in the parking lot, and I mean it's hot as hell out. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why am I standing on this blacktop parking lot and it's like 100 degrees out, listening to a crappy band, standing around a bunch of people I could care less to be around. Like, why am I doing this? I'm like, screw this, man. I got on my bike and took off, hit back roads, and enjoyed the rest of my day, man.
Yeah.
I guess
Well, that I
I
could
guess I'm more of
understand.
a loner. It's
Yeah,
just
that I understand. You know, up in Laconia, what the best part of Laconia for me was on the Sunday, I was hanging out with Baggers and Brews. They came to my meet and greet. We hung out, had a beer, had a great time. The Thumpers were there. We had a great time. Dez and Upstate Rider were there. Well, Wind Road Therapy and Upstate Rider. We all went out to eat. We had a great time. The next day, I was hanging out with Amsoil Adam down at the raceway, and to me, that was the best part of Laconia, the 100th anniversary. You know,
Hams Oil Adam. Who's he?
yeah, he's a YouTuber. He sets up at all the rallies, and he does Amsoil oil changes. He does sells the love jugs and let's roll dollies, things like that.
So he's like with Hams Oil.
Yeah, well, he's an Amsoil dealer like me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm gonna email you later about something.
All right.
I have a little bit of an issue with somebody who represents Amsoil that I'd like something done about. I'm not big on people that have a business and represent a company and then go around bashing another company. I just think that's bad business,
Yeah. Well,
you know. So I'll hit
when
you
I
up
had
later.
when I I'll see what I could do to help you out. Like when I had Mike on from Suspension Technologies, you know, he didn't bash any other suspension companies or anything. And I said, well,
Right?
there's enough meat on the bone for everybody.
Yeah, man, and it's like I put in that one of the last videos I did about that guy. Um, I don't know, pretty irrelevant to me, so I don't remember his name, but it was about ape hangers. And
I
like
remember
I
the
said,
video.
like I said in that video, you know, it's all about preference, and everybody has a different preference.
Exactly.
So none of us can sit here and tell you, um, this is the best thing to do, and that's the best thing to do. The best thing to do is what feels good for you,
Exactly.
initially at the end of the day,
And I
you
always
know.
say, if I say, hey, for me, this is the best product for me, this is my own opinion.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the
Because
way it's
what
got to
works
be.
for
Man.
me might not work for you, but might work for somebody else and might not work
Right.
for somebody else, and so on and so on. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and if I'm doing a how to and I'm giving you the torque specs, that's out of the book. There's no gray area in that. It's out of the book. It's
Yeah.
the Bible.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um, Now if I'm sitting there saying this is the best cam, it's the best cam for me because I did all
Right.
the homework to choose the cam.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my Softail, also has a cycloramic cam, but that's their biggest cam that they made at the time because it went in a 131 crate motor.
Okay.
Oh, you would like this bike. It's 154 horse at 165 foot-pounds of torque at the back tire.
That's got to be a riot.
Two issues with that bike.
Can't keep tires on it.
That's one, and can't keep the front end down.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of fun to ride. It's a handful to ride. It's coined Project Spaceball, and I always refer it to as Spaceball because
Mhm.
it is. You know,
Right.
I think I've seen Plaid a few times on that bike.
Nice.
You know, I can't hard launch the bike because it would literally go to 10 o'clock on me, which will bring me right back to 6.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It will go to 1, 2 o'clock in third gear very easily.
Yeah.
Um,
What's messed up is so I got the stock 103 or 107 in my Road Glide, And the guy I got it from told me that he had a Andrews 55, I think,
Mm-hmm.
cam put in it, and it put it at, I think, like 106, 107 horsepower and like 118 torque or something like that.
Yeah, right on.
And it's crazy because I'm like, I want to do a bigger cam. I'm honestly only doing it for sound because right now my front end jumps up in the air now with my big ass on it.
Mm-hmm.
It runs
Well, it's
great.
because your weight is shifted back.
Yeah, and it's plenty fast for me, and it gets up in boogies right now. So I'm kind of like, I don't even know if I want to change it, but yeah, I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah,
We're Harley owners. I mean,
yeah,
you just
exactly.
can't leave something alone. You always got to change it up. You
Yep,
know,
yep. And sometimes you don't have to, you don't want to, but you have to because of the way you ride.
nice. Yeah, I mean, Spaceball is basically done. Basically,
Yeah,
performance wise, it's done. I mean, you can't do another thing to it for performance other than a turbo.
right.
And I've already had conversations with Trask, and it's going to be 10 grand to put a turbo on that bike. And yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
not spending 10 grand on a turbo. Sorry,
Yeah,
not happening.
it's
End
a
of
bit
story.
ridiculous to put a
Yeah,
turbo on a bike.
you know,
But
and
I know a guy who um, he made his own pipe because he's that good, and he grabbed a turbo out of like a Volkswagen or something like that, like a Volkswagen Jetta or something. He grabbed just a small turbo out of one of them, cleaned it up real good, and put that on his stock 103. And he ended up doing a set of cams in it, bigger cams and push rods and lifters and stuff. And that thing's a lot of fun.
Jack?
oh, good.
Okay, no, are you done
Yeah.
with that?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
It's a good old lady, man. She keeps me full. She want to make sure that
Nice,
this was, you know,
nice,
you
awesome,
know.
man.
Sanity Jewelry. I have a very good relationship with Mark, the owner. I've been buying from him
Okay,
for years. He's a personal friend of mine. We have each
yeah.
other's phone numbers. When he finds out I'm not going to be at a rally, he breaks my balls. And then when I find out he's not going to be at a rally, I break his balls. And I got an
Yeah,
open invite to go down to his place anytime.
that's
You
cool,
know,
man.
and that wasn't because, all right, do it. Have a good night. And it's not because of YouTube. Our relationship started before that. And
Yeah,
when I was talking to him in Laconia, he offered, he's for about, I think, 5 or 6 months, he's going to give me a knife to raffle off to raise money for my project bike to benefit homeless veterans.
cool.
And a lot of people say, well, how's it benefit the homeless veterans? Well, because when I'm done building the bike, I'm giving it to this not for profit organization. And it's called Homes for the Brave. And they're going to raffle the bike off, and it's going to cost them nothing. So
Right.
whenever they sell raffle tickets, uh, hopefully they raise 20 or 30 grand off a bike that's I'm anticipating maybe worth 40 to 60,000 with
Mhm.
paint, powder coat in the build and everything, that they
Right.
raise that kind of money to put it towards helping as many homeless veterans as they can.
That's cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
I actually just got angry the other day. I heard on the news some shit about um it was I think it's in Chicago. It's like 19,000 or something like that refugees still waiting on a home, and I'm like, I started screaming at my TV. I'm like, well, I give a shit about them. What about the people we've had here waiting for homes or needing a home forever?
Yep.
You know, like,
Last night, I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but last night my wife and I went to the mall. I had to buy some sneakers because it was time for me to buy new sneakers. And we walk out, and there's a little lady in a wheelchair, all bundled up, looking for some change.
right.
So I'm sorry, old people, you know, it's a special place in my heart. My mom's 80 years old, you
Yeah,
know,
mine's 83. I hear you. I feel
you
you.
know,
Always gonna
and
help somebody
I
out if I
reached in
can.
my I reached in my wallet, I pulled out, you know, a few dollars and I gave it to her and I'm sitting in the car and I'm going, you know, I feel bad. She goes, why? She goes, because I have more money in my wallet. I should have just given it all to her.
Right.
So we pulled the car around. I got out and I had a conversation with her and I gave her the rest and I gave her a hug. I asked her if she had someplace to go. She said yes. I asked her, is there anything else I could do for her? She says, no, I've done enough. I says, are you sure? Are you hungry? She goes, well, I'll eat tonight with the money you gave me. I'm like, okay, but what about tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, it's just, you know, to me, that tugs at my heartstrings is we got to take
Right.
care of our own before we take care of somebody else's.
I totally agree. 100% agree.
It's like if you're a parent, you got two kids, you're taking care of your neighbor kids and not yours.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I
You
know.
know?
It's, yeah. I don't get very political, but lately it's been kind of annoying,
Yep.
to say the least.
Yep. So,
Mhm.
you know, but besides that, you know, do you have anything else you want to bring up? You want to talk about tonight about you and what you're doing, where you see yourself going?
I pretty much said what I plan on doing. I'm gonna just keep doing what I've been doing lately. The how-to videos, the product videos, sponsored videos, stuff like that. During the winter, I'm gonna try to do one show a week, and I'm just gonna randomly, I think, just pick topics and go with it and talk about it,
There you go.
and
There you go.
maybe actually eventually start um, having guests on my show. I have some pretty cool dudes that have some cool stories to talk about from the club life, from prison life, gang life, everything. And I'd like to have them on the show. And I've been talking to them, and they all want to come on my show. So it's just a matter of me actually saying, okay, let's start doing that.
Yep.
Doing like live interviews and stuff. So
Do you
I
have
might start doing
StreamYard?
that. What's that?
Do you have StreamYard?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
streamer.
Cool.
Yeah,
Right on. Because you know, this has been a long time coming. You and I have been trying to connect for
yeah,
almost this whole year. I
yeah,
think I
pretty
reached
much.
out to you
Yeah.
in like February, March
Hmm.
about getting this go about you coming on and everything.
Yeah,
Um and I'm glad you made it on. You know, as I always
yeah,
say
me
to
too.
you, much love and respect to you. Um, not
Love and
because,
respect you too.
you know, just because you earned it, you know, from me watching your videos. I got nothing but love and respect for you watching your
I
videos.
appreciate it.
If everybody here in the side chat has not watched any Danny D'Lo videos, you've either been doing hard time or you've been freeze dried or you know, or, you know, Jabba the Hutt got a hold of you and Cairo froze you or something. But if you haven't, check him out, man. Danny D'Lo, Biker TV.
I appreciate that.
Uh, he's got a wealth of information from motorcycle protocol or motorcycle club protocol to how to's and product reviews, the whole gamut. Which mine is just, you know, how to's, rallies, live chats, and interviews, and rallies and bike nights, things like that. And I keep the club stuff out of it as much as I can. Um, you
You're
know,
smart.
Danny, you know, it's hey, it's not my place to
Right.
talk about it, you know,
Hmm.
but you know, I just want to say thank you to you. You know,
Well, thanks for
uh,
having me on, man. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
anytime, Danny, you're always welcome. Just reach out, says, hey man, I want to come on, let's hang out. Okay, no problem. You're
For
always
sure, man.
welcome. And
For
you
sure.
know, if you pop in the side chat, let me know. I'll send you the link. You know,
Right.
you can pop on if you want. If you don't, you don't. You know, it's a
Yeah.
couple
One
times
day.
I say, Danny's here. You want to come on? Here's the link. Don't be scared.
Yeah. The one day you did that, and my battery was like at 8%, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going live because I'll go on and be able to say, hey, what up, Don? You know?
Hey, at least now the next time you go live, I won't be calling you out on it.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Fucking guy kept me on my toes with that one.
Hey, balls of steel.
That's hey, you know what? I respect that though, you know.
Hey, you say you're gonna do
There's
something, I go hold you to it.
when I started doing this, man, I was on I think that's probably why I grew so quick and my name got so like I guess kind of internet popular, um, is because when I first came about and finally kind of got discovered, which really I owe that to Black Dragon and Hollywood mainly. They're the ones that kind of brought me around, and people started actually watching my videos, and they're like, "Oh, hey, this guy's cool,"
Yeah.
So, uh, fucking, I was on multiple podcasts, because I thought it was cool. I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh man, they want me on their podcast, cool, man." So I went on them, and then as I started growing, I started noticing most of the podcasts are all way smaller than me, which I have no problem with that. But
I'm a
then I
lot
started,
smaller than you.
yeah, but you're different, dude. You've been um a subscriber of mine. We're fans of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Got that
That's
guy Danny
different.
Delo's my fan. Right on.
You know what I mean? Like that's common respect. So yeah, you're not included in this combo at all, bro. Um, but I started paying attention, and I'm like, everybody's gaining out of my name but me. You know what I'm saying? So I just stopped doing them. I
Yep.
had podcasts hitting me up all the time. And the only one that I really, I was just on that one last night, actually. Serious, what is it? Serious and Silliness podcast. Um, if you guys are into mafia stuff, go check him out. He's here on YouTube. He's a really cool dude. He does a lot of mafia interviews, mob guy interviews, like former mob guys and stuff. And I think he does like bodybuilding stuff too. So a really cool guy. And he was the first podcast I was ever on. So and I told him last night, I'm like, listen, I'm like, I'm kind of like chilling out on the podcast thing. I don't really want to go on anybody's podcast anymore, unless, to be honest with you, it sounds horrible. It sounds like a big-headed prick thing to say, but if you ain't paying me, I'm not coming on. If you're smaller than me, like I have to gain something out of it. I can't always be the loser.
Yep.
And but him, I told him, I'm like, dude, I'll always come on your podcast. You're the first podcast I ever went on. It went smooth. It always goes smooth. He's very respectful. When it comes to questioning, he'll ask me half the questions before the show, just to make sure I'm okay with talking about it or answering it. Really cool guy, very smooth. I enjoy hanging out with him. So I'm like, I'll always come on here and I'm never asking for anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm actually wanting to help you if I can. And same thing with you. I mean, you've been watching my show for a couple of years at least,
Yeah.
So, hey, man, the mutual respect thing to do is, okay, maybe I'm a little bigger than you right now. So what? Let me come on here and hopefully my name will get you some more subscribers and some more views. And you know what? A couple years down the line, you might be sitting at 100,000 and I'm sitting there at 10,000 going, hey, man, can I be on your show again, bro? So, that's the
You
way I
know,
look at it.
I
It's
look
just
at
it's
it this
all
way.
on how you go about it.
I look at it this way. If I get 100,000 or I have 1,000, it doesn't matter to me, man, because I do this for
Exactly.
fun. I have a lot of
Yeah.
fun doing it, and I enjoy it. I really do. I'm not going
Yeah.
for the insta famous celebrity thing,
Right.
because then I'm not being myself. I'm not being humble,
Right.
and
That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, the name of the game for me is to make some money. I've never lied about that. But I'm not going to sell my soul for it, and
right.
I'm not going to act like a pompous asshole to get there either. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be Danny D'Lo. I'm always going to be me.
I was watching uh John Maxwell religiously, right? When he
Okay.
was putting out content. And then when he said he was opening his own shop, that he'll be able to do more content and spend more time because he's not restrained by an employer anymore. And I'm sitting there going, no, you won't. No, you won't have any more time because
No.
you're going to be doing everything.
Yeah.
And when his channel stopped, basically hit the brakes, and he put out a video every 6 months or once a year now, or he hasn't put anything out now in 2 years. I said, you know what? I could do that. I could fill his shoes, and hopefully I'll get some free product, and I can make all this money because I've been watching other YouTubers saying, look, I made, $5,000 this month. And I'm sitting there going, I could do that. I could take $5,000 a month.
Yeah. We think you can.
Yeah.
And then you start
And
doing it, and it's like, hey, man, what the hell?
so I started the channel, and then as the channel started to grow and build its own personality, besides my own,
Right.
I sat there and says, I don't care if I get that stuff. I'm having
Right.
fun,
Right.
And
Yeah,
I've
I
had,
had the same aspirations. I
yep,
was like, oh, I'm going to do a quick video. It's going to be an awesome video. It's going to go viral. I'm going to make a ton of money. And yeah, that's still never really happened. And after a while, you just get to enjoy it. Like now, I'm actually enjoying myself. It got to the point where I really wasn't having fun anymore. I'm on this show with that guy and this guy and blah blah blah. And it just it got boring to me. It's like we're talking about the same BS. I'm not even in that life no more. So
yep,
why am I still talking about it? I don't care.
yep.
And
And
but now I'm actually enjoying it because I enjoy working on my bike. I love riding my bike. I love making my bike look cool. So now it's kind of gotten to that point where finally companies are willing to work with me. There are a couple companies that I have written down on a piece of paper. The way they treated me when I was smaller um, offended me to the point that I wrote them down on a piece of paper. It's like about 4 or 5 of them. I won't say who, but
right, I
there's
wouldn't
4 or 5 of
to
them.
either.
And so far, 2 of them have actually emailed me recently, like within the last couple of weeks. Hey, we'd love to work with you, Danny. We love your channel. We love what you've been doing lately, and I just couldn't wait to say, no, thanks. I'm good. I don't want your shitty product. I don't want anything to do with you.
Yep.
So yeah.
That's because of your experience and everything like that. I've had other, channels on that, Professional Monkey was my first live guest. All right.
Awesome.
Big channel. I love Monkey. I love his wife. They're a great power couple. They're a great
Oh
couple.
yeah, they're awesome people,
Much
man.
love, respect for them.
That's probably I would say out of all the YouTubers I've ever watched, those two are 2 people that I really want to meet.
Yep.
Like just
They're
to
great
hang out
people to hang
because
out with. They really are.
they're one of us. They're normal people,
Yep.
and they're cool as hell. They're a lot of fun. I love their content. So
I've had Doodle on my show, Doodle on a motorcycle. This
okay,
girl is, she's huge, 170 something thousand subscribers. She's huge.
nice.
And she came on. She's like, yeah, sounds like fun.
Yeah,
I've had Meg's motorcycle journey on. I've had Tweedledee on. I've had a lot of different, a different size uh, channel creators on. And
that's cool, man.
I don't care how big your channel is. Yeah, that's great that, you're 9,000. That's great. I want to get to know you, the person, hang out with you, have a couple drinks because, you're
Mhm.
out in Chicago. I'm in Connecticut. We can't just meet up randomly.
Yeah,
Same thing with
right,
Monkey
right.
down in Florida. Let's hang
Yeah,
out. Let's talk. Let's get to know each other a little bit better.
amen. Yeah,
You
I
know?
like that idea too, man. That's where I'm at now. It's just about enjoying what I do and having fun, and now I'm treating this more as a hobby than it was a career.
Yeah.
Um, it's still kind of like a career, but it's not.
Well, it's morphing more into a career as you get more and more sponsors and things
Yeah,
like.
it starts going heading in that direction. But as of right now, like, so I was working for a little while before I took my vacation when I went down to Kentucky. I went back to work. I was working at a factory for a little bit, and it was one of them scenarios where I already had this vacation paid for and planned out. Shit, months before I got hired, and I let them know upon getting hired. Hey, I got a vacation for a 7-day vacation. In September, and oh yeah, no problem. But when it came down to it, oh, well, you're not going to be able to go on vacation, man. We need you. And I'm like, listen, I wasn't asking if I could go. I'm letting you know I'm going. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm like, I don't know who you got me confused with, but I'm not one of those workers, man. you
yeah.
know? So,
Like, oh, you talking to? I'm Danny D'Lo.
it ain't even that, man. It's just like, I've been like that my entire life, dude. I've had a lot of jobs, and it's mainly because of my attitude, because I don't give a fuck. I never have.
Yeah,
I refuse to be anybody's slave, man. And like I said, it was. I told the boss man, I'm like, hey, man, I'm gonna be gone next week, so have fun. And well, no, you can't go anywhere next week. And I'm like, dude, I told you, man, I've got a whole week vacation planned out, ready to go on my bike with my lady, and oh man, we're not gonna be able to let you go on that, man. We got to have you here. And I'm like, I don't know where you thought the question mark was at, because I wasn't asking. you know, I'm letting you know this is what I'm doing. If
and the
that
way
means
that,
I ain't got no job, then bye.
yeah, and I
you
don't know
know,
about you, but the job market here, it's there's more. So many people don't want to work anymore after COVID.
dude, that's everywhere, man. And I don't know what these people are doing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what are they doing, dude? What are they doing to pay their bills? You know what I'm saying? Because so many people have no jobs right now, and I'm like, what? I ain't got no job right now, and I'll tell you what, man, I ain't got no money. I'm broke. And it's like, what are they
You're
doing
above,
to make a living?
so you're
Well,
above a broke urban biker.
yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's like I
Yeah.
don't get it, man. It's weird, man.
And that's right. I had Mike on, the owner from Suspension Technologies, which is a great dude. Um, big is to me it's a big company, but if you
Yeah.
look at his employees wise, it's not a big company, but their suspension is making a splash in the community. And in my opinion, this is my own opinion.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to go because I got to pick up my lady's daughter.
All right, man. Peace, brother.
I'm
Thanks
really
for
sorry,
coming on.
guys. Peace, man.
Have a good one. Thanks for coming on,
Later.
Danny.
Thank you for having me. Later, man.
Yep, anytime. All right, guys, that's Danny D'Lo. And, this was a great evening, a long time coming, bringing him on. And I was so happy to have him on. And, a couple people came in late. Texas Rider, hello. Low Cowboy Adventures, hello. Welcome. Uh, you know, have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging. Okay, yeah, it was to Danny. Yeah, man, it was a good time hanging out with Danny and really getting to know him. For me to get to know him better now than I did in the past. So I'm going to need to take an intermission break because the frosty beverages are working their way through. So if you guys could give me a few minutes, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for hanging out. I saw we lost a few people here. Sorry about that, guys. But when the beverages start flowing, they start flowing. And so what I'm thinking of doing now at this point, we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes tonight. I'm going to do something here that is very dangerous. I'm going to open up to an open mic night. If anybody else wants to come on and talk, chat, talk about anything, let me know. There is the link. I just put it in the side chat. Thank you, Salty. I appreciate it. Everybody said this. So yeah, grandma intermission. When you're drinking enough beverages, they sort of run through you. Why is Snoop's gin and juice comes to mind? But there is the link. If you want to come on and chat about motorcycles, motorcycle related content, have questions about motorcycles or motorcycle products or the clothing, helmets, things like that. Words suck tonight. No, I'm live and Mike sent them the rears. Front will take off and send them to them. They will send them back. Oh, okay. And coming for. Okay. Dean's and they sent me the rears. Front, you'll take off and send them. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. I'm getting caught up here, guys. Sorry. So that's where we're at. But what a great guest Danny D'Lo was. He's a great dude. I'm glad I actually got a good chance to actually sit down and talk one-on-one with him, with everybody else in the side chat. And I tell you, he's always keeping it one, as he says, 100 or 100, because I can't do it. I can't imitate him. He does a great job. I love his content. I always look forward to when it comes out. I watch him. Yes, I do watch his, just like tonight. Monkey, if you're still here, of course, I didn't get to watch your premiere tonight. I will be watching it either late tonight or tomorrow. That happened today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I just can't do everything all at the same time. So that's where I am, and that's where we're at. There's been a development. Spaceball giveaway. The giveaway will be not happening. As of right now, I won't be giving away Spaceball because of contractual agreements with future sponsor. And besides that, prior to that, I was looking at the bike and it was teared up that I was getting rid of it. I actually love that bike. I got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that. But that doesn't say it might not happen down the road. But as far as this year goes, or this coming year, 2024 goes, Spaceball is going to stay safe and sound in the barn. And I'm going to concentrate more on as much more as I've been concentrating a lot on the chopper, trying to get more products for it. I do got to get that Springer on there. I will be doing a video on replacing that Springer and, going from the telescoping white glide front end to the Springer front end that I have for it, and hopefully mounting the lights and mounting the fuel tank and getting that welded, the tabs welded on, just so we're going. Oh, you're glad I'm keeping Spaceball? Thank you. So am I. Mel loves that bike, and yeah, I am keeping it. I got like I said, I got a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and a lot of intimate moments with that bike. Not sexually intimate, but intimate as far as wrench time and hours. And I've literally taken every part off that bike except for the handlebars now and the front end. Other than that, from the front tire all the way back to the back tire, the swing arm, the motor, the transmission, the rear shock, it's all been off the bike. And as far as the handlebars and the forks go and the triple trees, that's the only thing that I have not touched on that bike. So that bike is staying right where it is. So if you guys want to, again, here's the link. If you want to join me, if you don't, that's fine. I'm gonna probably give this another anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. Let's see. Does everyone else make love to their motorcycles? Absolutely. What do you think the tailpipes are for? You stick it in the tailpipe. But what a great night. I can't get over. I'm so happy Danny came on. What a great guy. He really is. He's a lot of fun. He's great to hang out with, as you all seen. So, oh man, running out of things to say. Oh, that's right. Guys, if you want your shop shirts, don't forget to get into get your order in. I'm going to run the ordering process until the end of November. So if you want to buy somebody a t-shirt, no XAN, that's not the contractual agreement. It's something to be revealed in the future of a future sponsor. So my wife says it's my mistress. Only on my strange addiction. But if you guys want a Dr. Harley shop shirt, let me know. You got to send me a Venmo payment of $45 with your size and your address and everything. And my Venmo is at RCHOP. Thanks, Els. Why don't you jump on, bro? We'd love to have you on. Doctor will give you a call in the near future for shirts. Yeah, right on, Gremlin. But those I'm going to be taking orders up to the end of November. They'd make a great Christmas gift. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want to see their old lady in a Dr. Harley shop shirt? Only. This way, when she walks out just wearing that, you think of me. That's it. Nobody's ordering. Whatever. So there it is. That's where we're at. I'll put the link back out here. Hells, why don't you jump in? Oh, I'm watching comfy from my bed. They must be working you hard down there in West Virginia, Hells. Twitter says, I'd rather see her naked. Sorry. Well, you know what? That's fine. No, you'd want Dr. Harley thongs. Yeah. Well, honey, if I get a Dr. Harley thong, will you wear it? I already know the answer to that. That's not a no. It's a hell no. But I like that idea. Have my name over every woman's crotch. Hey. But that ain't happening. So, yeah. Better than Gremlin, you're hilarious. You guys are funny. So that's where we are with the shop shirts. The chopper build, I haven't gotten any more new parts for that. I still have to get the parts that I do have on that bike. I do have to modify that fuel tank. So it will fit properly for where I want it. This is a chopper. This is not something you take parts and just bolt on. I actually got to cut and weld the tank so it fits the way I want it to fit. Oh, you know what, Salty? I that's an image I didn't want. I was Droop modeling those thongs. Join your doctor. Webcam do. Okay, no worries. So that's where that is. All right, guys, we've been at this an hour, 50 minutes. Doesn't seem like anybody else is coming on. I'm going to give you my final thoughts of tonight. I thought it was a great live. I thought Danny was an amazing guest, like all my prior guests that have been on here. Has everybody seen everything Troop has to offer? There's 28 people on here. I feel guilty for ending this because we have 28 people watching, and that's awesome. Let's see. I'm hustling with several projects and business going. So yeah, I know you've been hustling and going crazy while you're in West Virginia. You're making waves, man. That's good. So the way things are going with the chopper, I still got a lot of work to do on that, on what parts I have, but I also have a lot of work still trying to get a motor, a transmission, a primary, ignition for it, a final drive for it. I'm looking for an Evo motor. I'm looking for a 5-speed transmission. Yeah, thanks, Dallas. I appreciate it. I'm looking for, I have a headlight. I have the front end. I need bunny rabbit handlebars. I just got a lot to going on trying to get this bike done. And I have another project coming up in the future for myself, which I'm really looking forward to this coming through. We got a taker. Mr. PA Biker 65. How you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Mr. Indian Rider himself.
Hey, I got a Harley.
Yeah, but you also got that badass Indian Scout.
Yes, they call it the Red Rocket now.
That's a dog's penis.
Huh?
A red rocket.
Oh. No, I didn't. I did not know that.
Just letting you know.
Well, I guess I have to change that one then, don't we?
Hey,
so what's going on?
Man, long time happening, trying to get Danny to come on. I'm glad he came on tonight. So, there's that. Got the shirt order I'm working on. I got a couple people who ordered it. And then let's see, the chopper build, product coming in is stalled again. I bought the front end and I bought the gas tank because I want to see some sort of forward progress on it. And I can't afford to keep buying everything. So I'm still trying to get things going. I'm going to actually reach out next week to S&S and see if they want a good end of year tax write-off.
There you go.
Maybe they could send me an S&S Evo motor, and maybe I'll reach out to Baker and see if Baker will want to have a good tax write-off by sending me a 5-speed transmission.
Right. Nice.
I'm reaching for stars here, and I got a feeling I'll end up with pixie dust, but
no, hey, you don't know until you try.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If I don't ask, I can't get the yes or I can't get the no.
Yep. That's true. I know the feeling. I've been there. Right now, I'm out on workman's comp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been out for about 6 weeks, dude.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. Well, I slipped and fell and compressed 2 disc in my lower back. And they're starting to continge on the steel rod that I already have, that I had when I broke my back many years ago. So, yeah, it hasn't been easy. Still riding though. I'm not stop riding.
Oh, there you go.
No,
I'm not stopping. All right, Hells, have a good night, bro. Get some sleep. Talk to you later.
Yeah, I asked the doctor, he said, what do you do? And I told him I'm a floor tech and blah, blah, blah. And, and he says, well, you're not doing that for a while. And he says, well, what do you like to do for excitement? I said, well, ride my bike. He's like, oh, you ride pedal bike? And I'm like, no, I don't ride pedal bike. I ride a Harley, and he says, what kind of Harley you ride? And I told him multiple bikes, and he's like, if it doesn't hurt you, ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hurt when I get off it.
Take some Aleve or Motrin and drive on.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what gets me, man. They just want to, first thing these doctors want to do is just throw pain pills on your throat.
Yeah.
And I'm not about that.
pain pills and then a cortisone shot. And
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I'll do what they say, but until then, I'm gonna do what I got to do.
well, you've had your Indian now for half a season.
A half a season. Yep.
What do you think of the Indian Scout?
I love it actually. I like it because it's light, easy to throw around. It's got plenty of power, plus it's got more power because it's been built a little bit. I do wish it was a little bit bigger. There's three things that I don't. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do a video on it tomorrow. That I don't like that it doesn't have a gas gauge. I don't like the suspension on it.
Talk to Suspension Technologies.
That is my next move. I'm going. Of course, once I get back to work, suspension technologies on both bikes.
Yep. Talk to Hells, rideH2.com.
Yep, I got that written down.
Yep. Go through him. Let me tell you, there's no price difference going through him or direct.
Nope.
Going through him is like going through direct.
Yeah.
This way, Mike can handle the orders and shipping, and Hells is handling all the order. He's handling all the manufacturing and shipping, and Hells is handling all the orders. So actually, if everybody funnels through Hells, it actually gives them more time to build more suspensions and get them out quicker.
Right. I watched your video with Mike, and it was amazing. It was just amazing, and that's when I made my final decision of that's which way I'm going to go.
Don't just go by that video. Don't go by me.
No.
Because I've had Legend, and I have every flavor of Legend in the rear, and I've had every flavor in the front, and I've had Progressive, and I've had stock, and that's it. I never had Olin's. I've never had Nowowski performance suspension, nor have I ever, had Fox.
Yep.
And I can't compare suspension tech to any of those because I've never had them. I've never installed them. I've never ridden them. Have I seen them? Yes, I've seen them in person.
Right.
But
what made me go that way is when he said that you could have them for 20 years and he'll still guarantee them.
Yep.
And that right there tells me something. That they stand by their product no matter what.
Yeah. And what sold me on it was one, Els is a good friend of mine. It's like a brother to me. He rides them. He believes in them. But when I heard the story of somebody bought a bike with the suspension technologies on there, he wasn't happy about it. And the warranty is not transferable from owner to owner, but he's still warranting him. Upgraded his front rear suspension for $100. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yep. It's just amazing, man. And I got a friend of mine who does have Oleans, and he's not happy with them. I don't know why, but he said he's not happy with them. And
are they Oleans? Are they Harley Davidson shocks by Oleans, or are they actually Oleans?
I think they're actually Oleans.
Yeah. No, Corey, I have not heard of those shocks at all.
And so he's like, I don't know what to do. And I said, I know what you should do, and what I'm gonna suggest to do, and I'm not gonna tell you to do it because you do what you want to do anyway. I said, but suspension technologies. And I told him to go through Hells. I had all his information written down. I gave it to him. I ain't talked to him about a month now, so I don't know if he has or hasn't. But I said, for you might pay a little bit more money, but it's well worth it. I said, but what you're getting for what you're paying for, you'll be a lot happier.
Put it to you this way: you're actually not paying more money. The last set of Legends I've had, the Revo ARCs or the ARCs with the remote reservoir, those are $1,500 just for the rear.
Wow.
For a little bit more money, I was able to do front and rear through Ride H2 Performance. which is Suspension Technologies.
Right.
So you're not really paying a lot more money. If I went with Legends Front, I would have $2,500 in suspension, plus the seals, plus the crush washers, and plus the fluid, and then my labor.
Right.
So actually, Suspension Technologies is a lot less.
A lot less. By far, I would say. Yeah.
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 You know, to the point where Spaceballs is getting Suspension Technologies done in Daytona. I'm going to have Hells install it and heckle them all the way through
it. That's the way to go.
And Tweedle's going to be there heckling him as well.
Oh my God, I already feel bad for him. goodness.
Don't feel bad for him, because guess what? He's going to break
I'll
our
give it right back.
as much as we break his.
Exactly.
It'll be hilarious.
Yep. I would love to be the fly on that wall to see that. Yeah. But yeah, it was, when I seen your announcement that you were going to have Danny on, I was like, that is awesome right there.
I've been trying to get him on since like March, April time frame.
Yep.
Right after I had Monkey on.
And
our schedules really didn't work out. And then they started to work out. And he's like, yeah, we'll do it. And then he had a live come on, and I jumped in his side chat, and I called him out right on his side chat. Well, yeah, when are you coming on my live? Like you said.
Yeah.
DR.Harley calling me out my own live.
Yeah. I've been following him for a long time. What I like about him, he is straight out, tells it like it is.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, and that's the way to be.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot off the guy, for one, as far as, doing detailing, because I'm big into detailing. And I've watched some of his shows about the detail stuff that he uses, and I use it, and it works perfect.
Well, I've been trying to get my wife to do a detail video, because she is the detailer for our shop, and she loves it. And I tell you, I've seen her take a bike that was parked for 6 months that had mold and mildew all over it. The bags were, picture leather bags sitting for 3 years in a shed.
Yeah.
Right? Moisture and everything. Leather saddlebags.
Yeah.
Bring those things back to life. Bring the whole bike back to life.
Good for her.
When the owner came with his wife to pick up the bike after, I did my thing to resurrect the bike. You can actually see the 3-part series. I call it the resurrection bike. She's like, oh my God, it looks better now than it did when it rolled off the dealer floor.
Wow. Good for Mel. Yeah, she ought to do a video.
I'd love to have her do a video, but she's got a thing about being on camera.
I know how that is. My wife is the same way. We'd be out for a ride, and I'd go, throw a video on, and next thing you know, she's hiding behind the helmet, or whatever, or I'll be outside videoing something, and she's nope. Every once in a blue moon, I can get her on. Like when we went to West Virginia a couple of years ago, I got her to come on for like 5 minutes.
Yep. So it took a lot to have me come on and talk about the suspension technologies. We were at the Catskills, because I was like, come on, honey, because everybody wants to hear your opinion, because you're on the back. Yeah. You feel the real shocks more than me. They want to hear from you. And she did. She was nervous. I could tell she was nervous, but she did a great job.
Yep. And she does really good when she's filming you.
Yeah. I have a good time when she's filming me, because her comments that she comes out with are absolutely hilarious.
I've heard a couple of them in the background.
I mean, when I was talking about, the good old, the push and pull, she's like, like the slap and tickle. I'm like, I don't know how she comes up with that. That was hilarious.
Yeah. I heard her say, like the slap and tickle, and I about dropped my phone.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
One day maybe she'll be a stand-up comedian, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like my wife. She's a big stand-up comedian in the house, you know. So when it comes to breaking my, you know what's in public, it's a big game for her. You know what I mean? But put her on camera, forget it.
Yeah.
If I want to get rid of her, I just point the phone at her, like I'm video. You know.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, I never try to get rid of my wife
No,
because
I don't. I don't. I'm kidding.
unfortunately, when I go to work, she goes to work. We don't see each other. And when I come
Right.
home, on average, 6 nights a week, I'm in the garage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I hardly see her.
Mhm.
And so she comes out and helps me record. So I really appreciate it and I enjoy it because I get to spend the time with her. But
Yeah.
also, to me, it makes the content better and it gives it a different perspective of views instead of me trying to do something one-handed and hold
Yeah.
the camera. And I've tried the body mounts for all that stuff.
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. What's up, Mike
That don't
Ball?
work.
How you
Yeah.
doing? Mike Ball.
Oh.
I'm going to drop the link here in the side chat. Why don't you come on? I got a few questions for you. Let's see if we could really get things going. We had Danny D'Lo on. Let's see if I get Mike Ball to come
I
on.
know. When I clicked the stream, I thought he was still on, and I didn't realize that you were ahead of me because I went off, came back on, and didn't realize what I was watching. What was previous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, he's great, dude, man. And Monkey too, man. I just every time he has a live feed, there's just never no room to get on. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
I love Monkey. I got nothing but love and respect for him.
Oh, I do too. He's
He can't
hilarious.
come on right
man.
now. Oh,
Oh,
set
geez.
something up. That's what I want to hear, Mike. I will send you an email tomorrow. Love to have you come on as a special guest. Got a lot of love and respect for you and everything you do and everything you have done. Love to have you on. Love to learn more about you as a person, as a writer, as a man. Love to have you come on. We had Danny on tonight. Danny D'Lo was a great guest. And I'd love to have you come on too. So, Mike, I'll email you tomorrow. I got your email. Actually, I'll get it off your YouTube channel under the about section.
Then, I do have a question for you on my Harley.
Yep.
You clear? Okay. Last week before, I was riding. I could hear like a little rattling down on my primary.
Okay.
So I stopped. I'm listening. Put my ear towards the other way. Heard the rattling on the opposite side. Come to find out, it was my air breather bolt. It was loose. I tightened it up. When I pulled home, got into the garage, I could hear it. So I'm like, all right, let me shut this thing down, check the fluid. Check the fluid. It wasn't registering so that I could see on the stick. So I, stood it up a little bit, put it back down, wait a couple seconds, checked it again. It still wasn't reading. So I said, okay, this thing's got to be low because I should be getting some kind of reading. Put a little bit in it, didn't read, put a little bit more in it, got it to read up to full. Now, mind you, last year I just
transmission.
Yeah, the primary, where you put your trans fluid.
Well, on what, your Indian or your Harley?
No, on the Harley.
Okay.
96 twin cam.
Transmission and primary, two different things.
Okay, well, it's transmission fluid.
Okay, that takes a quart of oil.
Yep, yeah, and it took the quart of oil. Now, mind you, I had no leakage from anywhere for months on end. Once I had all the clutches and all that done and Screaming Eagle shit, went for a ride the following day up to my place up there.
Nice.
And So standing outside smoking a cigarette, I look down, I see a spot, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Wiped the spot, it was dry. So I took my hand underneath the primary now, wiped it underneath the primary. My hand was wet with clear liquid, clear fluid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, did I overfill this thing? So I brought it home. A couple days later, I seen a little spot, not nothing big. Went out for another ride, no leakage. Wiped my hand underneath the thing, and it was wet still. Is it pissing out of the breather, maybe?
It's possible. Best thing I can tell you to do is to clean up all of it underneath. So when you wipe your hands, it's dry. Drain your transmission. Put a new O-ring on your drain plug. Put it back in. Put a quart of oil in there. Then go for a ride.
Okay.
I say drain it because then you know when you put a quart in, it's properly serviced.
Okay. So 1 quart of regular oil, trans oil, whatever you call it, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. I'll probably do that this weekend. Well, no, I got club shit to do this weekend, but yeah, because I was puzzled. I'm like, it's never leaked before since the transmission. I mean, since all the clutches were done and whatnot, and new inner and outer, in a primary, outer primary gasket.
Mm-hmm.
That's all been done. Like I said, new clutches, new clutch baskets been done. Within like 2 years of each other.
You know what the problem is? You didn't bring
What's
it to me.
that? Yeah, well, yeah. If I didn't have a 6-hour drive, which is really nothing actually, but I do.
6 hours on the bike. You come here, we hang out, we have a good time, you fix your bike, and you ride home for 6 hours.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't be able to ride home because you know what I'll be bringing with me.
Moonshine.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a spare room.
There you go. You know I can't ride empty-handed. But
we'll be back in Gettysburg again this year.
Yes, definitely. But now, mind you, I'm moving, so I'm going to be living a little further out to Gettysburg, but I'm still be there.
Yeah, but not as far as I am to get there.
No, nowhere near as far as you are. No, I might make my ride maybe an hour now to Gettysburg, maybe.
Oh, God forbid you ride your motorcycle an hour.
Yeah, I do that. I do that mistakenly.
Well,
if I can't lay out 100 miles when I go out for a ride, I don't even want to be bothered.
Hopefully, you and Chip could get there earlier. We could hang out more.
Yeah.
Speaking of showed up, we were about ready to meet Mike and Hannah and go have dinner.
Yeah, we had shit going on that day. Yeah, unexpected shit, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we left where we were at, and we hightailed it, man. We hauled ass down 11. I mean, we were probably 100, 120 all the way just to get there in time so that we didn't miss it, And then we get into downtown Gettysburg, and it's nothing but bumper to bumper. Him and I, we Jersey styled it right up the side of everybody.
There you go.
And yeah, we that was a crazy day for us, a very crazy day. Speaking of him, he just had a bunch of work done on his bike by Harley. And I'm going to say this freely because Harley totally effed him up. Screwed him, and not only him, my other brother from another mother had cam work done, about $4,000 worth of damage. I mean, work, excuse me. And he paid for the dyno, never had it done. They never did it.
Really?
Now they're trying to charge him another $500 for the dyno. And all kinds of stupid money. And I know all them guys down there personally very well. from teaching the MSF, helping with the MSF, teaching the classes down there and all that. And I went straight to the head mechanic of the whole place, and I said, "Look, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're not doing it right. You screwed my friends. I told them to come here. Not only did I put your name out there, but I put my name for you guys."
Well,
So
mistake number one, he didn't come to me.
right. And if he would have had the money for traveling, I would have hauled his bike up there. I offered
You know what?
to pay for the
with
gas
money
and
that he
everything.
spent down there on labor and parts, he would probably save a little bit of money coming here with travel.
He $4,200.
Oh yeah, he would have saved some money.
Yep, $4,200, and it's still not done. So, his wife and my wife got together. My wife gave her the corporate number, to call corporate, and they're just getting worse down there, Doc. It's so bad that I don't even like going there no more. I don't even, I used to go down there on Fridays faithfully, the wife and I, every Friday to go listen to the band, eat, have a good time. Like you say, make stupid decisions. I don't even go there no more. Don't even go there. Nothing.
You see Corey's comment?
What's it says is
Gets built by DR.Harley and gets tuned by Dr. Dino.
there you go. Yeah, I see it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yep. I'm still trying to figure out the dyno jet that I got for the Indian. I don't know. Obviously it's been dyno jetted, obviously, because it's a totally different animal. What do I do? Do I plug that thing in to see what it's what it's been, what the outcome is? I don't know what.
No,
I'm afraid
you will not see torque and horsepower numbers on that. That's
Okay.
a tuner. That's a tool that communicates with the dyno machine, so they could make adjustments to the ECU and everything to create the map. That's all that is.
All right. So in that aspect, it's been dyno tuned, whatever.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that thing basically stays on the box on my bench and just sits there.
Yep.
Now, can that be used on any other bike?
Yes, you can buy additional licenses.
Okay. Even though the box says Indian Scout.
Oh, I don't know for Indian. I know for Harley that the PV3, PV4, or the Power Vision, you can buy additional licenses for additional motorcycles.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper than buying a whole new tuner.
Okay. Yeah, because the Indian came with the dyno jet kit, so I was a little confused I'm thinking obviously there's been something done with it because it doesn't have the power that my wife's bike doesn't have the power that does. Put it this way, the other day, me and my buddy were out, and he's got a Road King, and it's got some nut to it, and I heard his failings. And
I tell you what, bring that Indian Scout up here. I'll line up with you on Spaceball.
No, that ain't happening. No, it ain't all that, man. Come on. No freaking way.
Hey, at the end, when we come back, we'll open up a bottle of moonshine and have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Sounds like fun. Well, I would do it, though. I would. Just for the laughs of it,
Exactly.
Just for the ha-has, and the and the ball bust that's going to come with it,
Well, Spaceball is going to be down in Daytona this year.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, I'm taking it down to Daytona for Bike Week. It's never been to a rally, and I feel the bike deserves to go to a rally.
Absolutely.
And I have more stuff I'm doing to it.
Uh-oh.
That I really can't get into right now because then it would ruin a lot of things.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, Spaceball is going under a metamorphosis. Kind of like Spaceball 1 changed into Mega Maid.
Uh-oh.
Spaceball is going to change into something else, but still keep the name Spaceball.
Wow. Wow. You're not going to ever get rid of that bike.
Well, I was going to do the giveaway on it and,
Yeah,
sell
talking about
t-shirts for the entries and everything. But talking to a new sponsor, they want me to keep the bike for,
Yeah.
a certain amount of time frame. And I was like, okay, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
To
Mm-hmm.
secure this sponsor, and once it gets announced, you guys, everybody will sit there and say, completely understand. Just trust me on this. That when you see who this new sponsor is, you guys will sit there and go, holy cow.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Spaceballs is going under a
Going undercover.
it's actually be going under the knife cosmetic.
Oh, surgery.
Yep. Not internal in the motor or the transmission. And we'll leave it at that.
Oh, I already feel your pain. I already know. Wow. Wow. That's going to be amazing. But
Corey, sure.
yeah,
You can guess. I might say yes or I might say no. So if you want to guess, guess. There's already certain amount. Some people already know. Because when this happened, I was so excited. I had to share with some people. And that night, I didn't get any sleep because I felt like a kid on Christmas Eve.
yeah. I know that feeling, boy. Let me tell you. I know that feeling. Everybody's on here, but nobody's coming on.
No, it's not going from suck to blow. I guarantee you that. Corey says, I think I know. I think
I know.
well, no, I wish it was SNS, but I would rather have them be a sponsor on the Homes for the Brave build than Project Spaceball.
Hey, have you talked to Blue?
Yes, actually, I did.
How's he doing?
He's doing really good. He's enjoying Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yep.
He says the weather there is a hell of a lot better than where he was in New York. I'm like, well, you know what? Hoff, where was better than, the frozen tundra is better than where he was in New York.
Yeah, exactly. I used to live right in Statesville, North Carolina. When my wife got stationed out in North Carolina.
Yeah, I used to live right outside of Fort Bragg, right in Vietnam.
Vietnam, yep. We been there many times, but I know right where he's at, and actually, I'm hoping probably the beginning of the summer, we'll be going down there, and I'm going to make it a point to get a hold of him to come visit him.
Nice.
Take him out or something.
Yeah, and I loved living in Vietnam.
Yeah.
It was quite the interesting and entertaining place to live.
Oh, I bet it was.
One, you're right there at Fort Bragg.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what anybody says. I still call it Fort Bragg.
Oh, yeah.
Funny story with Fort Bragg. There is a Fort Bragg, California.
Oh, okay.
And they're not renaming that town.
No.
But they had renamed the military base. Whatever.
Yeah. Right. Wow. Yeah, she that was probably her worst mistake. She thought, she did because she thought it was going to be better for her. It didn't turn out to be better for her.
Yep.
She chalked it up as an experience.
Yep.
You know, here we are back here in Pennsylvania. You know,
It could be worse.
I want-
We're back in Connecticut.
yeah, exactly. But you know, I do kind of miss Connecticut because
Yeah,
family.
high taxation without representation.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and I miss the riding up there. You know, because it is nice up there. You know, I'm not gonna say it's not.
But there's
You
some
know.
great riding around Pennsylvania too.
Oh, there's some beautiful. I know when you come this summer, man, we got to ride.
I mean, you got the Pennsylvania Wilds, which is right
Yep.
there along Interstate 80. You
Mm-hmm.
got the Delaware Water Gap, which is an
Yep.
amazing place to ride.
Yep.
All around like Anvil area, there's a whole lot of great roads around Anvil.
Yep.
Of course, I'm very partial to Anvil because Fort Indiantown Gap is there.
Indian Gap, right?
And I got ties to Fort Indiantown Gap. So
We put and you got Hawk Watch here up here. It's up in the mountain, and that's really nice up there.
yes, it is.
I like going up there and flying my drone. You know, fly it all over the place. Well, actually, last time I flew it up there, I had to bring it back into me because it was getting chased by a hawk.
Hey,
Yeah.
Process, how you doing?
Whole process.
This is a dude I'm really proud of. He's really
Process.
turned his life around, health wise, and everything. And
Good for him.
yeah, I am so proud of you, dude. I'm so happy for you. Good for you. You know.
Congratulations, man.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yep.
So
It you know it's good when you can see when you know people that want to do that. You
Yep.
know, I mean, I've been down that rocky road. You know what I'm saying? 15 years clean, and I couldn't ask for a better life. You know,
yeah,
I mean, thank the good Lord. You know, He saved me. So could be worse.
yeah, it could
I
be.
could be pushing daisies,
Actually feeding
Yeah.
worms.
feeding worms. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well,
But
I'm going to end this. We're at 2 hours 27 minutes, 2 hours 28 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming on. Big
Oh,
thank
absolutely. You know, I would miss it, man.
Big thank you to Danny Delo, the guest of honor tonight. Learned a lot about Danny. You know, I had a lot of love and respect for him, even more so than I did. You know, I'm glad we got a chance to sit here and chop it up a little bit, as he would say. And
Mhm.
thank you to everybody in the side chat tonight for hanging out. It was a really great and fun night. I love having the special guests on, then doing an open mic night. I have a lot more fun with that, getting to learn and talk to different people. You know,
Absolutely.
you know, not that I haven't learned and talked to you before, but
Mhm.
you know, I like bringing on different people I normally don't talk to all the
Right.
time. Danny Delo and Monkey and Doodle and 131 Harley Girl and Mike from Suspension Technologies and Meg from Meg's Motorcycle Journey,
Mhm.
Hells and Tweedle, just to name a few. You know, Bry the Biker. You know, some great people. I
Yeah.
like that Bry on. Mike Ball, love to have him on. You know, I've been following his channel for a while too, and what a great dude! And I can't wait to get him on so we could talk about his journey with motorcycles and everything else.
Mhm. Now, what is Mike Ball? What's his channel? Mike Ball, or
I'll tell you in a second. Hold on.
I'll subscribe to it.
Let me bring it up. Mike Ball. There it is. And at Insane Wheels. Huh. Okay. Paste. And there's Mike Ball's channel right there.
Okay. Insane Whale. Okay.
Yep. So I'll be chatting with him starting tomorrow. Hopefully, if schedules work out, I could bring them on next week. If not, hopefully the week after.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Until the next time, have a happy Halloween.
Hey, trick or
That's
treat.
coming up on Tuesday.
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll see you next week, which would be November 1st. And I have a new video dropping on Sunday. Everybody keep an eye out for that. It's going to be how to properly store your motorcycle for the winter if that's something you do. Until the next one, live the best life you can. Ride often and ride hard.
Peace.